a whole bunch of stuff that you just sit and watch yourself get further into this whole mystery. And that's why I'm seeing the same thing here. Like, why are they made uniforms? What is this death game about? Even though our protagonist is just smart, like she lived through this all for those bands. Like, what's different about this one? And how do they make it unique enough so that even she could struggle, or could she just succeed and get by with another paycheck? I'm just interested. I can't wait. Hey, and welcome back. Stuff happened, so I couldn't make anything. Hopefully I should have enough free time to start making videos now, but that's not the point. The point is this: I have been away watching anime, back on my anime grind. I mean, you should have saw that if I was able to actually upload what I'm watching for winter 2026. That didn't happen because things got copyrighted. Like, it was too much of a hassle to just cut stuff out. I just committed the entire project as like a failure and just not dropped it. But one of the stranger shows I did talk about, which you heard a clip about in the first place, was about Shiboyugi. Being honest, I wasn't watching enough shows to make into a video, so I was like scrounging through AniList, checking, alright, what else is dropping this season so I can it be added to this list. And Shiboyugi was one of them. I read the synopsis, I saw the first trailer and stuff, and I was pretty interested. And so, after watching all of that, the first episode being over an hour long, and going through every single episode, my conclusion is quite simple. Damn, I'm disappointed. Okay, not fully disappointed, but it's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues I had with the show. But first time me back in winter, I was pretty excited. Like a show about a seasoned veteran in these death games, and it should have been an amazing watch. But damn, it's just so complicated that I just have to make a video about it. So here I am, back making videos, and back yapping about what I like, what I don't like. I'll see you soon. Alright, so before I really get to the disappointment side of shows like this, of course, I want to talk about what I liked about this series, what I like about the show. And I think the main thing that anyone who went through the show, anyone that would say what they like about it, is pretty easy. The presentation of the anime is just amazing. Like the watercolor look to everything, like how characters look, I don't know, sort of like dolls when the camera pans out a bit, and just I think character designs as well. The show director, they knew what they were trying to get at, and overall it was just pretty. It was a very unique, pretty show that it felt, I know you kind of put me on the cross if I say this, but it sort of felt Eva. It sort of felt like Needy Girl Overdose that's playing this season for spring 2026. How the direction, how the episode counts up to something, how the title drop, how each episode's title has something missing, has a word missing, so that you know that, I don't know, it's just hard to talk about. But I think presentation is a clear victory for this anime. If you want to watch a very unique anime with very unique voice direction and all that stuff, this is the anime for you. Easy S tier. Another thing I want to talk about is Yuki herself as a protagonist. And I will say, yeah, she was cool. I think a lot of things about these death games, most of the time when you have these death game anime shows, games, whatever, your protagonist, sometimes they're a newbie, because that helps you get into the world as well, and to be a serious hook about how are these death games affecting somebody who's their first time in. And we do see a lot of newbies in this show, but having our protagonist Yuki be a seasoned veteran, she's been going up 20 games, 30 games, stuff like that. She knows what she's doing. Her actions in the anime is through levels of, I've done this a lot, I know what I'm doing, I know how people act. It's great, because usually veterans are they die in any type of show. If you know what you're doing, you die first. Having a protagonist that just understands everything provides, yet again, helps the presentation of the anime be great. It just helps everything. And another thing, last thing I want to talk about that I like is I don't know, it's hard to say. I want to say the breakdown scenes. I don't know if they are breakdown scenes, but they're more reflection scenes where characters either they start rethinking final moments where they start repeating the same words over and over again. It felt creepy. It felt like these games are putting a huge toll on these characters. Adds certain levels of depth. it's amazing. Not like it's super amazing, but like it's interesting to see how like these are dev games, and a lot of these people, they're not really built for games like this. So having characters just like maybe start tumbling on their own words, repeating why they went to these games, not understanding why they're there, it's just very interesting. Okay, final thing I want to talk about is the concept of like all these different games. They put the girls in different costumes. Like, of course that's probably for fetish reasons, but like it makes the anime look different every single time. Of course there's gonna be some hit or misses, but overall, like getting to a different game and the characters wearing a different outfit, whoever's running the game, A+, man, A+. So yeah, I talked about what I liked about Shiboyugi, playing deaf games to put food on the table. I wonder if she does play deaf games to put food on the table. Alright, for the Ghost House as our first game of the anime, and it got a full episode to itself, meaning that it had a chance to really be great. I liked it. It's a really good intro to this style of death games, because this one is a escape game where you have to make it out of this mansion or else you die inside. I don't know, who cares. Anyways, I think this is a good introduction because right now all these other characters apart from Yuki are super newbies. A lot of them are on their first game. I think only one of them had like maybe had one game beforehand, but it's been a while. So everyone's a newbie except for Yuki, which allowed her to shine a lot. We have to see how her having a lot of these games under her belt means she takes on the leadership role. I think people, they flock to her. They understand that she probably knows she probably knows what's best, but also they're a bit fearful because, you know, Yuki having all of those games under her belt, it could be that she could backstab you. You never know. So it shows how like having games under your belt does not mean you're automatically trustworthy. But well, having a simple game like this, it's just a good start. Like the macaron thing is pretty smart that the other characters did. Yuki probably knows what's poison and what's not just by checking the lumps on the food. It's just simple stuff. And the anime tells you that these simple stuff is what characters look out for. But the first death in Ghost House is a bit weak. Like, it's kind of unfair. Like, oh, you opened up, you find the first key and something hits you through the brain. GG's. If I betted on her, I would have jumped out the window. It's a weak first death, but damn, that second one was crazy. The whole Saul bath scene is basically what this anime is going for. Everyone's chained up to the wall. Only the key that Yuki has could free them and stops the Saul from coming down. And seeing how if things turned out perfectly, it would have been easy. But the human conscious about survival, people betray. People care about their own survival more than the people they were with. That's the whole point of these death games. It should have been easy. It should have been easy. But that death game and the whole massacre, oh my goodness, it's just crazy. It's just a good show. Skipping ahead, nothing else really happens in the Ghost House. I think her name is Rinko. She tries to kill herself, thinking that, oh, I'll help the other people because I'm sad, and it's like this and that. But like, come on, girl, you weigh like 5 pounds. You are like 5 apples tall. Like, you're not actually gonna do anything if you just stay behind. But like, I think overall, Ghost House, what really sets Ghost House apart is showing how Yuki can just flip on a dime. They reach the end. They realize that, and they don't really realize that like they can't get out yet. The entrance is right there, and they don't know what it means. And so Yuki thinks that, oh, we're missing one death. Drops Rinko, bap, and the music plays, showing that Yuki's like, yep, we made it out. See guys, I led you out to victory. Isn't that GG's? And that's just good showing on Yuki's character. She like how she also copes saying that like, well, either we all stay and die. Like, come on, Rinko was just the one right there. Like, she was the closest one. She was the easiest to like take out. And look at that, I saved 2 people. Isn't that easy? It's just a good first game. It's a very simple game. It's a simple escape game. I didn't really talk about any of the other characters because they're just like sidelined to just show Yuki thought process towards games like this. But like having an escape game where, you know, people are supposed to drop along the way, show how people running these games are evil, but you don't have to kill. It's interesting. Overall, Ghost House is just a good game. It shows Yuki's character, shows that this is a kill or be killed, and well, things just turn downhill from here. Games do not get as good as Ghost House. I'm sorry. Okay, scrap bonus. Alright, this game I think overall was a lot worse than Ghost House. it does show us the concept of people splitting off, having their own team, or having a predestined leader, and that leader is Michihiro, who basically played an antagonistic role in this anime, in this game. But really, overall, everyone was on the weaker side. Everyone in the first game, everyone basically followed along Yuki because she was a seasoned veteran, and now it's pretty much split because since Yuki's not this super veteran, people follow all these other girls follow Michihiro, and she's like this. Yeah, if they die, no biggie, we just keep going down. And scrapbuilding, having all these landmines and even a damn wolf or something in this game, I don't know, it seems a bit loose because it's just a lot of walking around. You don't even see characters like check for mines. They just say, oh, here's a mine or here's not, or we just get got or something. I don't know. The teams here were weak, and the only interesting thing here was showing that the other girls who were following Michihiro, how they immediately flipped when the wolf attacked her. And so they all started following Yuki, and Michihiro just went up and left. She would disappear somewhere. But Yuki, still being a friendly ghost as she did, she saved Kotoa when the other ghosts abandoned her. But like, Yuki is a compassionate person. Like, people call her a ghost, but she is a friendly person. And so Yuki goes out and finds Michihiro, and they may not be friends, but that is a save. Good save. I think another issue I have about scrapbuilding is, well, the final scene is a bit weak. The game basically ends with oh, by the way, everyone goes inside a box and type in, who do you think is the most worthless? So I might be thinking, oh, who could have be got? Oh, is this one of the filler girls who got? Why? I mean, the story doesn't tell you why, because like, she didn't do anything. None of the girls did anything. They just followed Michihiro. I think this game is a setup game, because the game is supposed to introduce us to, let's say, a character who goes into these death games because they want to kill somebody else. Michihiro, she survives. She crashes out in the back of the car, thinking that, damn, the second I get back to these games, I'm going to hunt for Yuki. And that's interesting, because before we hear about these games being about money, what if personal vengeance are added into that stake? So overall, scrapbuilding is a lot weaker, but hey, who knows what next could happen. God, Golden Bath sucked. Alright, I think here's one of my main complaints about this show. This show is about the death games, right? I get that. So if the games suck, then the anime starts sucking. And I did not like Golden Bath. Shiboyugi cannot do large-scale games, because these type of games, they have no general concept around them. They seem more about running around, less about like, okay, the thing about Golden Bath is this. There are certain golden tickets hidden around the bath, and if you get one, you can go to the exit and those guns won't shoot you. Easy as that. Sorry, there's a limited amount of tickets and there's more players than tickets. Alright, so there should be people going around hunting for them, right? Well, no. There's two factions for some reason. Two large factions what do you mean? Why is there two large factions? Unless there's someone behind this. Because like, okay, I don't know. I do get the concept of Golden Bath. Having a more larger game means that Yuki can't really control what things are happening. Too many players, and it makes things way more aimless. I don't really care about any of the other girls we see in this game, because there's just, oh, there's a lot of background people, and I don't care about a lot of these background people. But is there anyone even interesting in this? Michihiro! Why are we seeing her again? She just appeared last game. Like, what? Okay, fine. And she said she was gonna be back in these games to hunt Yuki, and like, seeing how she smiled when she realized the ghost is back, like, that's the type of toxic Yuri that I like. But like, still the game's not that great, because it just feels a bit of like, oh, we're planning to launch an attack and this and that, but like really nothing really happens until one side jumps the other side and we are told about this massive massacre of girls fighting each other, and then Yuki and Masashiro finally meet in this Golden Bath game. They do this one final fight. We get flashbacks of other games where they meet each other. Wait, what? I don't get why. What? Why are you telling me we skipped over multiple games where they met each other and they fought each other? Why are we doing this game specifically? Like, what's the point of? Oh, and then Michihiro just dies in this game. and my disappointment went through the roof. My issue is that like a lot of these games don't feel connected. How Yuki acted in the previous game is not the same how she acts in a different game, because we don't know when those games interlink with each other. Like, I'm just as confused as you are. But this Golden Bath is telling us that after scrap building and before this game, Yuki and Michihiro have interacted with each other and fought with each other, but they haven't killed each other? She just left, like, I think in one of the flashbacks, she just like, Michihiro just let Yuki live because she likes to throw or something. Okay, so why do we skip all the way to Golden Bath just for her to die now? It's just not great, because that could have been an interesting character we could have seen. It could have been a lingering threat. Like, imagine if Yuki joins in the game after like almost dying from her, or like having characters talk about there's this one player out there who's keep going into these separate games just for hunting a single player. Who could that be? We don't hear any of that because characters don't talk about the outside world. Like, all these characters just are plopped into these games, have no other attributes. They die in this game where they make it through, but it really doesn't matter because characters don't transfer over to certain games. Maybe they do in the future in the manga light novel, but right now we're seeing none of that. And they killed Michihiro for no reason. She could have been an interesting antagonist we could look out for in these games. Why do we kill her out? Kill her out right now. Who do we care about apart from Yuki now? I did not give any crap about the obsessive child who wanted to kill Yuki afterwards. It's just a mess. And the golden ticket thing is just off because we don't know the exact number of girls on each side or the amount of tickets. So we don't know why there's just two large factions for like no reason. And the bathhouse just made no sense as like a place as well. Like, if you're being in the water for that long, that's just crazy. Overall, the game just sucked. I didn't like it. And the outfits as well, everyone's wore bath towels, so it's cringe as well. Whoever funded this game kicked them off the team. I didn't like it. Candlewoods. Alright, now we have the final game that we see in the anime, Shiboyugi. Candlewoods is another large-scale game with way too many players, so it sucked. But I think it's interesting because we do see actual characters in these games. Like, it seems like this is a much earlier game, as Yuki's mentor that we see flashbacks about is alive, and also other characters which do know Yuki and her master are alive. It's interesting, sure. But even though I don't like these large-scale games, this one was actually cool for a very simple reason. So it's basically rabbits for stumps. Rabbits have to live for like a week or so, and then they make it out freely. But hunters, they have to kill at least 5 rabbits. So there's no two sides for no good reason. There are two proper sides. Hunters have to hunt, they have to kill 5 rabbits. Rabbits have to survive for a week. Simple as. But the strange thing that makes this game cool is that, like, on the bunny side, the rabbits, we are told that basically it's made up by experts. Like, a lot of the people there, a lot of the leaders there, like all those people, they got games under their belt. They know what they're doing. Even Yuki's master, she's on her like 94th game. That's like the GOATs, LeBron on your team. Like, come on, like what? That's just easy. And then on the other side, the stumps, the hunters, they're all newbies. Generally, the only person who has some experience is Myogi, and she's like, wait, what the heck? Nobody on the hunter side has experience, and they're supposed to hunt experts. So how do you do that? And so so it's more interesting seeing how Myogi has to basically whip up everyone into shape as much as possible, because she knows they're not gonna make it, and the rabbits are gonna fight back. So she has to like start indoctrinating these girls, like, alright guys, you have to kill, you have to be ready to kill, you're gonna get killed if you're not careful, all that simple stuff. And seeing her start freaking out like, shoot, we're not gonna make it, that's interesting. Because with this large scale game, we focus less on Yuki and more about, you know, yet again, the thought process behind these games. If you're on the bunny side, you know about these games a lot, you're more calmer at how things are done. On the stump side, this is hell. So this could have been a very interesting game, seeing how, let's say, the stumps get washed out in the early days, but maybe to get a few good kills in. I don't know. It could be interesting. But yet again, it seems that Shiboyugi doesn't like having their games follow an actual plot because things just mess up again. Because in that mismatch comes in the form of Kiara, who is what the story calls a psycho. We're basically lore job that actually in these type of games, you're not directly told to kill other people. Like Golden Bath, you don't have to kill people, you just have to make it out with a ticket. Scrap building, you just have to make it to the bottom. Like Ghost House, you just have to like escape the house. And even in this game, like the bunnies, they just have to run around. That's it. Only really the hunters have to like shoot people. So having a person who come into this game because they just like killing and they kill for no reason, that's an actual threat. Interesting, but it comes too late. As Kiara, who is just psycho, on the bunny side starts murdering people. Like she's murdering her own side, murdering stumps. It doesn't matter because she just likes to throw of it. I don't know. It's just a whole mess yet again. Cause like we already got a good concept for the game. Stumps who are full of newbies, rabbits who are full of experts, and the story thinks that that's too boring and we broke up everything. Sure, Yuki has this whole character moment about her freaking out that her master is dead, up against Kiara with us like metal skin under her like cloth thing. Like I don't know. It's just a whole mess. It's a whole mess, and I don't get it. Nothing at all. I just don't get it. Cause the story doesn't care enough about the Candlewoods, and they just think that everyone gets a mess, everyone kills each other. The end. Kiara dies in this match, so we don't see her again. Miyogi dies in this match, we don't see her again. Like, don't build up interesting characters, wipe them off in this game only, and so drop us with new characters who we probably won't care about, who's probably gonna die. I'm just tired. These large-scale games, they just don't work. We do get to see in the end that Yuki's master did live, so wherever she's out there, she's close to 99 games, so she can get that wherever. But Candlewoods, it started out great with a cool concept, even though it was a large-scale game. It just fell apart. Ay. Alright, so where am I getting at with all of this? I went through all the games, I skipped over anything else. This really was going to be a game type focused video, but I think a main issue I had with Shiboyugi is the timeline is really messed up. Because the show is just usually drops you like game to game to game, and since we keep seeing new characters every time, we see nothing constant, and so we have no idea what's happening. Ghost House is supposedly Yuki's 30th game, but scrap building is supposedly before all of that, like before 10 wins. I mean, I have no idea when Golden Bath happens. I think it's also early, and Candlewoods is like before everything. I don't know when Candlewoods happened. It's before scrap building, I think. Because Yuki has a whole reflection thing. Does she bring that reflection to scrap building? I don't see so. I don't see that. It's just a mess of a build. It's just a whole mess. And another issue is just, God, I have no idea what's happening in this world. They keep mentioning that this is a deranged world, and this is the girls who live in such a deranged world, and they don't expand on that. Who runs these games? Why are these games running? What world is it? Is it deranged because it has these death games? Or is it deranged due to other reasons? Like, there's money in this game, they get paid. Like the title is Death Games to Put Food on the Table. Yuki never mentions that she's starving. Like, when I first went into this anime, I thought that she's just broke girl who goes to these death games just to get food. She never talks about food. That's just a hook on the title, but that never really happens inside. She doesn't like, after these games, she doesn't order a bunch of food for herself and like munch down like one of those big eaters. Like, why put food on the table if she's not talking about that? I don't know. And also, everything just feels way too disconnected. Like, one thing is that, like, since we don't know why we only see girls in these games. I'm not talking about like, oh, because of waifu baiting, or like because cute girls in these situations are more interesting. But like, that's super doyless. I'm talking about the Watsodian. Like, inside the story, why is it only girls in these games? We are never told that. We're never told any of this. And it doesn't help that, like, also with Kiara at Candlewoods, we are told that she cheated by putting metal under her skin, so she's a lot harder to pierce, harder to stab. And I didn't talk about this a lot, but like, for censorship in the game, everyone is replaced with stuffing instead of real blood, and it looks like it's swapped back out after the game. So when people get stabbed or ripped apart, they look like dolls getting ripped apart. How do you put metal under that? And how do you get past management by putting metal under your skin? Like, what? I don't know. I think overall, I think another issue is this. There is a mystery of this world. There's a mystery on why Yuki is doing this. What's at the end of 99 games? We don't have to know. But why is there a drive that only like 2 players talk about reaching 99 wins? Like, come on, at least there should have been other people who are gunning for 99 wins. Like, it's just nothing, because the story tells us there's a mystery, but there's no starting point for that mystery. We are dropped into these games, nothing happens. There's only one other thing before Golden Bath, where Rinko's dad was like, I want to end these games. That's never brought up again. Do other people want to end these games? We don't even see like online betting. Do they get their money? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's just way too disconnected. Nobody knows what's happening. I don't know what's happening. It's just you get dropped into games. We see what happened in these games. Yuki reflects on it. Maybe they will talk more about it like after the anime. There's a movie coming up, but like I think in these 12, 13 episodes, 11, 13, 12 episodes, there should have at least been like a start to the mystery being unfolded. And there's none of that. None of that. I don't know. I just don't know. So what's next? I am excited for the movie special thing that's coming out. Maybe it seemed to be a lot more veterans in that game, and I think games with veterans are a lot more interesting than games with super newbies. It seems to be a smaller game as well, so there's no like 50 girls going at each other. I don't know. I think this whole series was made just to sell merch of Yuki in different costumes. I think the artists knew what they were doing. Let's have these different costumes in each game, so we have Yuki as a bunny girl, Yuki in a bath towel, Yuki in a swimsuit. Like, get your bag, sure, but I don't know. I can't really say anything else. I'm a bit disappointed just for the lack of extra world building, extra timeline issues. It's just that I think if things were more fleshed out, if we see a lot more like concept of characters being in different games instead of one and dones, because we don't even know how big are these dev games. Like, how are all these girls going into these games for the first time? Who's allowing them? Strange World, I guess. Strange World, guys. The big L is Mr. Hero, antagonistic figure, dying in the second game we see her in. I think it would have been nice if her interaction was the season finale. Like, have kind of what's happened earlier. Have a different game other than Golden Bath to be her finale. But like, have like at least one extra game or more context to how Yuki interacts with her before her final fight. I don't know what's left. Overall, Shiboyugi, she plays death games. She playing 99 death games for we don't know. Does she put food on the table? We don't know. What are these death games? We don't know. What is her best costume? I want to say the bunny one, but I saw the figure and it costs like 300, so that's also a no. But yeah, thanks for watching. I got nothing else to share. Stay tuned for more anime reviews. Stay tuned for more yapping. Stay tuned for more disappointment, because I think I'm disappointed easily when things don't go my way. But I still like this anime. I would probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. Because presentation alone makes it like a 10. But like Golden Bath, the Golden Bath game gives it a 0. So it evens out to a 7.5. Yeah. I wish I got food on my table. Watch my other videos. And maybe food will be put on your table. Goodbye.